Some time ago, and I wish I could remember who it was, I saw an interview with an Israeli. He was either a retired general or a professor or some sort of public intellectual. And the interviewer asked him, how come the Israelis got caught by surprise so easily on October the 7th? And he said, well, it's quite simple. We misunderstood the situation. We thought if we provided the Gazans with medical help, if we gave them free water and electricity, if we assisted them whenever they asked for assistance, then they would learn the good life is good and would reach an accommodation with us, something like that, that they would be friends with us. It was something along those lines. And looking at this here, this man who is British by birth and is wearing Pakistani type clothing and shouting Allahu Akbar and talking about Gaza when he's just been elected as a local councillor, you think, well, they come from their primitive and underdeveloped villages in Pakistan and they come to Britain, and relatively speaking, they have been given the good life. They have all sorts of social services at their disposal. They have free education. Their children don't have to walk miles to go to the nearest school. They have medical attention on tap on the National Health Service. They have been given the good life, and having had conferred upon them all the advantages of British citizenship, and they will become British citizens. And it's quite obvious that that was an entire misunderstanding of the situation. I'm Granniopteryx. Now, I have to stress again, there are different sorts of Muslim, but it's this sort which has suddenly become preeminent in our society. And that's entirely due to mismanagement of settlement by one British government after the other. None of them seems to know how to deal with this. They allow these people to go in groups which become increasingly more self-referential, and they become more radicalized and they become less British. The first Pakistanis to arrive here became very British. And then he's probably third generation. Look at him. Now, I want to show you something else. You see how he's shouting about, we will not be silent, we'll raise the voice of Gaza, Allahu Akbar. Watch the green, that guy there. He's another member of the Green Party. And he might even be one of the organisers. Notice how when this, what's his name, Muthin Ali, oh, I'll have to wait for it to go past again. When Muthin Ali goes past him, that seal clapper there, taps him on the back. Well done, fella. Watch that. Now, what happens? He doesn't even acknowledge it. He goes straight into the arms of a Muslim man past him. He doesn't even turn his head. Look, that white man is completely irrelevant, as are the white women who are at the back of the group. This one pretending she's really something there, and the other one standing on one side. Look at them. They know they've been excluded now. They know they are irrelevant. They know they've given in to a person who has a completely different outlook. And the different outlook is this: he doesn't care how undereducated the children are. He doesn't care how full of potholes the streets are. He doesn't care about bad services or fragmenting infrastructure. All he cares about is the Muslim project. And I'm not blaming the British people for this, because that Israeli said they had the same problem. And this is what the report said by Camilla Turner, a victorious Leeds Green Party councillor, shouts Allahu Akbar after his win for Gaza, not for the people of Egyptian and Hare Hills, but the people of Gaza. And then she says this priceless line: Muhsin Ali said his election was a win for the people of Gaza amid signs Muslims are voting on different issues from the rest of the electorate. She had no idea. Now, most of my viewers did have that idea, and I did, but most of the sort of people who like to call themselves sophisticated do not. Just like the people in Israel. So I'm not blaming the British upper classes so much. They have as little understanding of this as the Israelis had. And as I said, the good life is not what they're fixed on. They don't care what the squalor is. I mean, you see it in Pakistan. They just don't care. It all pales into insignificance against the Muslim project, just like this white man here pales into insignificance for this newly elected councillor. Okay, till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the granniopteryx design or Granbo with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.granniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.